Sunday. What a day. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's like a dream come true. It's unbelievable.
This afternoon, we're going to play the biggest football game in the history of Western civilization.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the biggest show in sports.
Bienvenidos al Super Bowl número 25.
Superdome, Super Bowl número 31.
El campeonato de fútbol americano profesional.
It's arguably the greatest sporting event in the world. It is absolutely huge.
The first Super Bowl was hardly huge, let alone super. Ticket prices at the Los Angeles Coliseum ranged from $6 to $12, and 32,000 seats went unsold. Both CBS and NBC broadcast the game, and viewers at home and in the stands were drawn as much out of curiosity as out of interest. What could possibly become of a game that had balloons, then birds, then supersonic jets battling for airspace? Everything about the spectacle was simpler then, and there was little reason to believe that the Super Bowl would become the biggest one-day sporting event in the world. By the year 2000, over 1 billion people from over 180 countries watched the game broadcast in 24 different languages.
1, 2, hurry!
Super Bowl. Not bad.
Since the Super Bowl first appeared on the national landscape in 1967, only 3 quarterbacks have earned the game's Most Valuable Player award more than once. Bart Starr was the first. Super Bowl I was Starr at his understated best. Quiet and calculating, always under control.
Starr, I thought, was just terrific all afternoon at picking up the big third down play. We were in a variety of coverages, kept trying to change the picture, but he still pierced the areas and got the ball in there for the necessary yardage.
In Super Bowl II, the Packers, the undisputed champions of the National Football League, played the Oakland Raiders, the best in the inferior American Football League. Vince Lombardi's Packers struggled to capture the emotional edge championship competition demands.
I don't recall in the 9 years he coached at Green Bay of our team ever having a more difficult time getting up for a game than we did for the Super Bowl in 1968.
Starr's touchdown pass to Boyd Dowler led Green Bay to another championship. It was a simple play, executed with precision, symbolic of Packer dominance in the 1960s.
Quick post is what it amounts to, but just he and I out there, man on man, and I kind of horsed by him. I bumped him when I came off the line of scrimmage, and he bumped me. We bumped each other, I guess.
It's not a perfect game. There are no perfect games. But typically of Lombardi, when he came to the Packers, he instilled in us early on that we were going to chase the heck out of perfection and that we would catch excellence in the process. And if that comes across to any viewer as being a little trite or a little corny, I'm sorry. It isn't.
In Super Bowl 13, Terry Bradshaw, already a two-time champion, became something more. An all-time great, destined for the Hall of Fame.
Bradshaw hesitates and throws deep for Stallworth in the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! How about that?
By 1978, Bradshaw drove a Steelers attack that reached for heroism instead of simply avoiding mistakes. The following year, the Los Angeles Rams presented Bradshaw with his toughest Super Bowl challenge.
We matched up with the Steelers probably better than any team in the league at that point. That was the feeling. We had a tremendous amount of confidence going in there. We thought with no doubt that we could win this game.
Nolan Cromwell in the, I believe it was right there in the third quarter. Terry Bradshaw threw one that hit him dead between the 21, and he dropped it. Nolan Cromwell would not drop that ball one time out of 100. But what he do, he had to drop it that time.
The play that propelled Pittsburgh to its fourth championship was a concise resume of the Steelers' offense. Daring and explosive, able to score from anywhere at any time.
Bradshaw pumping, firing downfield. There goes Stallworth. He pulls it in at the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, and it's a touchdown for Pittsburgh. And the Steelers fire right back on the arm of Terry Bradshaw.
I don't know if that play was 70 slot hook and go or 60 slot hook and go.
60 prevent slot hook and go.
It was a pass that we worked all week long, but we hadn't completed it. And Chuck called that play. We'd gone to the sideline. He had told me, well, the only way we're going to beat these guys is we got to go deep.
Bradshaw threw the ball, what I thought was too deep when I first saw it. My exact thoughts in seeing the ball and the trajectory on the ball was, damn, Bradshaw, you overthrown me. Just sort of got on my horses and was able to catch up with it.
The Super Bowl champion Steelers of the late 70s did not hammer opponents into submission. They mastered them with finesse and flair.
We matured offensively. It was not just a running game. We threw for big yardage and did it when we had to. And the best example was the Super Bowl against the Rams, where they possessed the ball, ran the ball. All the stats that you have on that is they should have won that ball game, but we had the big plays to Stallworth and big plays to Swan that made the difference, and that was our passing game.
2 years later, Joe Montana defined his first Super Bowl with a 92-yard touchdown drive. Unlike the Steelers, it consisted not of a few big plays, but a lot of small ones, executed with precision and without error. Against the Miami Dolphins, Montana earned his second MVP award. He orchestrated an offense that did more things to a more refined degree than any team did before. It was a performance more lyrical than physical. The image of Montana to Taylor will be forever etched in the fabric of NFL history. The next year, Montana became not only a four-time champion, but the only three-time Super Bowl MVP.
At some point, you have to say, I mean, you have to think that someone is the best that ever played, and if you really think that, you got to say it. You got to throw the disclaimers away. So I just said, Joe Montana's the greatest quarterback that ever played the game, and I believe that.
Super Bowl 16 was Montana's least productive performance in a playoff victory.
Probably the worst game I ever played in the Super Bowls. Ended up getting a gift as an MVP.
The focus of Super Bowl 19 was Dan Marino. who that season had set NFL records with 48 touchdown passes and more than 5,000 passing yards.
Dan Marino was getting all of the attention, named the greatest young quarterback ever. In Montana, I have felt was the greatest quarterback of our time. Joe was the complete player at that point. A big part of our massive offensive output was Montana running with a football, because he completely took apart the Miami defense. Joe's fully dimensional abilities really were too much even for Dan Marino that day.
As great a passer as Marino was, he couldn't beat an opponent in as many ways as Montana could. Super Bowl 23, down by 3 minutes remained, 92 yards to victory. What endures is the mystique of Joe Cool.
I think it's easier at that point than any other time. The thing was, when we got out in the huddle, everybody was pretty calm about it, and they knew that we'd been in the situation many times before.
You could feel the confidence just taking over the huddle because of our leader, and it was amazing how calm he was in that situation.
Joe looks at me and he goes, hey H, and I go, yeah, and he goes, look down there in the corner of the end zone, the other end zone. I go, yeah, I look down there, and he goes, there's John Candy, and I look down there, and sure enough, John Candy's eating popcorn in the corner of the end zone.
And there was just a hole between two of the players, and Candy was like framed right there, and I figured he'd appreciate it. So, I mean, I didn't do it, thoughtfully.
The biggest play was 2nd and 20 from the Cincinnati 45-yard line. It was the completion that changed Montana's thinking from field goal to touchdown.
That was a 27-yard gainer on 2nd down and 20.
We had Jerry Rice triple team. We knew they would go to him. So we had Lewis Billups covering Jerry, bump and run. Over the top, David Fulcher was going to cover in case he went straight up. And then we had Ray Horton dropping dead in the middle. Jerry beats Lewis Billups across the middle. We had the deep covered. Ray didn't quite get there, and they completed it for 27 yards.
It's such a sight to watch this. It is, whether it happens now or not, to watch Joe Montana do this so many years, and to watch this absolute surgeon on the football field and one of the all-time greats do his thing again, it's almost like poetry.
I mean, it got to a point where he had so much confidence, he knew he was going to do it. The players that were in the huddle knew that he was going to do it. The fans in the stands knew he was going to do it. And where it becomes the ultimate is when the other team knows he's going to do it.
39 seconds remaining. Back to throw Montana. Steps up, throws. A 10-yard pass. The 49ers have scored with 34 seconds remaining.
For a quarterback and any offensive player, I think it's the ultimate feeling. I mean, you spend those days growing up dreaming of throwing a touchdown in your backyard to win the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you have an opportunity to fulfill those dreams, and there it was right in front of you.
Black 59 Razor! Black 59 Razor! 39 seconds.
With 5 scoring strikes against the Denver Broncos, Montana finished his Super Bowl career with 11 touchdown passes and no interceptions. Certainly, the numbers speak for themselves, but the lasting legacy of Joe Montana is as simple as this. No one made it look so easy to be so great. Through the first 17 Super Bowls, the longest run was 58 yards by Tom Matte of the Baltimore Colts. Given the game's historical context, it remains a footnote. Yet for Matte and the Jets' Johnny Sample, it's an open book.
I'd fallen down and rolled over on my stomach, and he happened to be just following up and accidentally stepped on my crotch. And needless to say, that hurt a little bit. And absolute intentional. Not even a question about it.
Let's see what really happened when Matte was tackled. Johnny Sample is number 24, and John Elliott is number 80. And he's actually the real culprit.
He jumped up, he told the official, that's a dirty so-and-so. And he started towards me. And by the time he got to me and I got to him, the other players jumped in and broke it up. But He wanted to fight. He was really upset. I really wasn't that mad. He should have been happy he had a 50-yard run.
But Sample and I don't even talk about the guy, you know.
In Super Bowl 25, Thurman Thomas of the Buffalo Bills crafted a performance as complete as any in championship game history. 190 total yards, including 135 yards rushing on 15 carries.
Still on his feet at the 20, gets down to the 15, the 10, the 5, and scores! Thurman Thomas has broken a 31-yard touchdown run, and the Bills have taken the lead with that electrifying play. He broke the tackle of Myron Guyton and ran in for the score.
Scott Norwood's missed field goal prevented Thomas from a place in the record book as a Super Bowl MVP. Super Bowl VII was the first of consecutive Super Bowl wins by the Miami Dolphins. Larry Zonka's 49-yard run against the Washington Redskins propelled Zonk to 112 rushing yards.
Crank up that diesel. Let's go diesel.
In Super Bowl XVII, John Riggins carried the ball more times for more yards than any back in any previous Super Bowl. Yet one fourth down play crystallized Riggins' legacy.
Let's go. Goal line, goal line. I left tight wing, 70 chip on white. Ready?
Here comes the diesel. Here comes the diesel. Should come with John Riggins right up the middle. Right up over the middle.
Yellow 41. Touch it.
There's the snap, hand to Riggins. Good hold. He's got the first down to the 40. He's gone. The 35, the 30, the 20. He's gone. He's gone. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
The play, 70 chip, and the name, John Riggins, remain linked as the most dramatic touchdown run in Super Bowl history. The following year, the Redskins went back to Riggins on another 4th and 1. Against the Oakland Raiders, the play failed. On the very next play, the last of the third quarter, Marcus Allen ran 74 yards for a touchdown, the longest run in Super Bowl history. Allen rushed for 191 yards, then a Super Bowl record, and was named the game's most valuable player, only the 4th running back to earn that distinction in 18 years. No one could have anticipated the performance of Timmy Smith in Super Bowl 22. A rookie 5th-round draft choice, Smith was not told he was starting until just before Washington's opening possession. He rushed for 204 yards, including a 58-yard score in the Redskins' record-breaking 5-touchdown second quarter.
Horse race to the 40, far side 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Washington Redskins. Timmy Smith from 58 yards.
One moment in time. No Super Bowl back has run to daylight better than Timmy Smith. In Super Bowl VI, the Dallas Cowboys became the only team not to allow an opposition touchdown, holding the Dolphins to just 10 first downs and setting a record when Bob Lilly corralled Bob Greasy for a 29-yard loss.
To see Greasy fading back and Bob Lilly and them were after him, he was like a cutting horse, you know. He went and lost, I think, about 30 yards on one play in that ball game, which was amazing.
They beat us 24-3, and it's, you know, many, many years later, and I haven't forgotten that score. We were humiliated before a national television audience in the biggest game in the NFL, the Super Bowl, and before our own fans.
Miami fans saw a dominant Dolphins defense on display the next 2 years. Had it not been for Garo Yepremian's misguided pass, Miami would have shut out Washington. And the following season, the Dolphins very nearly blanked the Vikings, allowing only a meaningless fourth quarter touchdown. Pittsburgh's great steel curtain came crashing down on Minnesota a year later, yielding a then record 17 yards rushing.
If you said describe the Steelers, defense. Our defense was our key. We won Super Bowl IX because I didn't make any mistakes and because our defense dominated the opposition.
Playing the Vikings in the Super Bowl, we were so happy to be there that winning the game was a given.
The Steelers secured the first safety in Super Bowl history, and the only points they allowed came on a blocked punt.
World champ, number one! Number one! We are the one. The one and only one. Right on, Dwight? It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time.
Time was something the Steelers did not allow much of when they faced Roger Staubach and the Cowboys.
We came in with a lot of confidence. We were a team that felt that we could figure out a way to win, and the Steelers, of course, had a tremendous defense, and I really feel we tried to even do too much in that game. The Steelers were really, they were a very physical team and a very domineering team, especially on defense.
Led by middle linebacker Jack Lambert, the Steelers were domineering in every way.
It was just a spur-of-the-moment thing. Roy missed the field goal. I turned around and I saw Harris smacking him alongside the helmet. And I couldn't believe it. So I went back, I grabbed him by the shoulder pads, and I threw him down. And the referees, or the umpire, someone said to me, "You're out. You're out of here, Lambert." And I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "This is a Super Bowl. You can't throw me out of this game." He said, "Well, you get back in the huddle and you shut up." And I said, "Yes, sir."
I got very upset with Lambert for doing that. In fact, I ran out in the field and chewed him out for doing something like that because he could have been thrown out of the game. My attitude was we can't risk Jack Lambert, who was so important to our defense, on some silly little gesture like throwing a guy down because he was heckling our kicker.
The Steelers were more like bullies, and we had the same amount of talent. They were just a little bit meaner as a team.
No defense was meaner than a Bears bunch that bashed their way into Super Bowl 20.
I can close my eyes today. There they are, right in front of me. Al Harris, Steve McMichael, Dan Hampton, Richard Dent.
And if he wasn't ready, the game was over.
Mike Singletary with those big eyes staring at me. Off to the right is Otis Wilson.
But we intimidated people. And that's what it was all about. Monster of the Midway, so we wanted to be monsters.
The best defense I think that I ever saw was that '85 Bear team. Pat Summerall and I did like 6 or 7 games, towards the end of the season, including the play, and we never saw a touchdown scored against them. They were as dominant as you could be.
They were playing the Buddy Ryan 46 defense, which really nobody knew much about at that time. And it was such an attacking type defense that you just didn't see from anybody else. They lined up 8 people on the line of scrimmage, and you never knew who was coming on the pass rush. You never knew who was dropping into coverage.
The combination of throwing that new look with all the blitzes and then the gaps and the realignments gave people a mental problem as well as a physical problem.
And when we would line up 8 guys across the line of scrimmage and the offense had 7, guess what? Somebody's free. They just had to figure out who it was.
Evidently, no one could. And the Bears pillaged the Patriots' pass pocket and piled up a record 7 sacks.
Who we playing tomorrow? Nobody. This is it.
In Super Bowl 26, the Redskins held that year's total offense leader, Thurman Thomas, to a pedestrian 40 total yards and slowed the Bills' no-huddle offense to a crawl.
I can remember Super Bowl 26. I didn't play real well. Offensively, we didn't play real well. I think I was sacked like 6 or 7 times. I threw like 3 or 4 interceptions. The Washington Redskins, that was one particular team that we played that were peaking at the right time. We were just outmanned. They were a better football team than us.
The better team won with a defense that punished Jim Kelly on each of his record 58 passes. Facing record-setting Packers quarterback Brett Favre, the Broncos weren't given much of a chance in Super Bowl 32.
You were hearing all week, our offensive line is too small, they're too big, they're too big for us, and we just got tired of hearing it.
I remember looking at Bill Romanowski like, you guys are going to get beat about 400 to nothing.
The one thing that I knew about the game plan was that if they blitzed Brett Favre, ultimately he was going to make the mistake to cost them the game.
I absolutely loved the approach that Greg Robinson, the defensive coordinator, took in this game. I mean, it was a Super Bowl. They were playing for the World Championship, and they played that way. They played aggressively. They did not play to lose. They got after Brett Favre. And throughout the season, I had seen situations where Brett Favre would break down under the all-out blitz scheme.
We knew going into the game they would blitz us. We figured the only way they could beat us on offense was to blitz us as much as they possibly could.
What we tried to do is keep him a little bit off balance. We knew that if you gave Brett Favre a lot of time, that he was going to make some plays. So our key was to play some sound defense, try to keep him a little bit off balance, and keep our fingers crossed.
Broncos dance up, blitz is on its way. Atwater's got Favre! Ball free! Ball free! No indication. That should be the Broncos' ball. Yes, sir! Denver has it!
Romanowski and Atwater both coming on the blitz. They just had him outnumbered. Great play, good call. And Neil Smith played in his first Super Bowl, comes up with the recovery.
Get after the quarterback, get in his face, force him to make mistakes, gamble, but play to win. And they were successful with that approach. In fact, late in the game, with the game on the line, 4th down, they came with a total blitz, and it won the game for them.
Play like you always do. A lot of blitz. Yeah, whatever you would do normal.
My thoughts there were keep on doing the things that we had been doing the whole game.
Let's do what we have done well the entire ball game. Let's win or lose the way we played, and they won.
Come on. This is it. Come on.
One play, baby. One play. 4th and 6. And I know I'm supposed to be objective, but I can't help it. 4th and 6 with 32 seconds to go. Favre with Levens behind him. Blitz is on. Favre hit as he throws. Pass is going to be incomplete. Denver holds. Denver's going to win it. Oh, baby, they're going to win this thing. Are you kidding me? You can stand up and salute in Denver.
And I can still remember it and will always remember it. As far as anything that's ever happened in my life, I'll remember when I saw that ball hit the ground and realized that we were finally world champs, and what the release that it was off me, and really how good it felt.
Keep the pressure on them, wear their ass out, and guys, play smart, play smart, play smart. They cannot stop us unless we stop ourselves by not executing. Pass protection critical. They're going to play us man-to-man and blitzes.
On January 30th, 2000, Dick Vermeil became the 19th head coach to win a Super Bowl. With that, he joined an elite fraternity founded by Vince Lombardi. Lombardi's Packers won the first 2 Super Bowls before the underdog AFL crashed the NFL's party and won games 3 and 4. Since the 2 leagues merged in 1969, the balance of power has swung both ways. The AFC, with Don Shula's Dolphins and Chuck Noll's Steelers leading the way, dominated into the early 80s. Then, in an astounding reversal of fortune, the NFC responded by winning 15 Super Bowls in a row. It is a unique fraternity indeed, and each have left their footprints on the summit of their profession.
Okay, how about them Cowboys, huh?
For more than 3 decades, the sidelines of the Super Bowl have been a stage for these men.
We did it! We did it!
Wow. Celebration. What a moment. Oh, lights on the shoulders. Is this heaven or what?
It don't get any better.
Acting out a real-life drama rarely seen or heard by fans, Super Bowl coaches experience all the emotional highs, lows, and everything in between.
We only have 60 minutes to get it done, so no sense in waste. Start on the first play and give it everything you got on every snap, huh? Good luck to all of you, huh?
Remember, you guys, when it's too tough for them, it's going to be just right.
No! Now is the time! There is no more talking! Now is the time to play the game, okay?
Okay, let's do a job. Hey, these guys can't move the ball against us. Let's do the job on it, babies.
Remember what we said. Toys, 60 minutes, and physical. Right on this kickoff.
Back as Jaworski with time to throw. He's got some bag. Here's one. Intercepted. Oh, right. No.
the call. He got knocked into him. He touched the ball. No, he ran.
John, I would like to speak to the referee again, please. It was a bad call. They sent it upstairs. It should have been intentional grounding. That's 7 points.
Make sure you mic it right. Make sure you mic it right. Oh, you lost your place.
But they're going to call offensive pass interference.
Yep, there's a flag down at the 6.
How come you're sending my guys out there and it still ain't over? Mr. Official, let me ask you something.
Okay, Coach, go ahead.
How can 6 of you miss a play like that, huh? All 6 of you. The ball jumped out of there as soon as we made contact. And nobody...
I thought you were talking about you being on the field.
No. What?
He was out of bounds. Look at the replay. Come on. You got to make the call. You're in the Super Bowl.
Nah, he's all right. That's good. You mic'd it good. You mic'd it good. You did a hell of a job. Nice going. Great job. You mic'd it good. That's an excellent call. Those officials are doing a hell of a job.
The big thing is we're all look a little bit tight, and they look exhausted already because of nerves, and we got to get them to relax a little bit.
Okay. You guys are panicking. Relax.
Don't be a selfish football player. When we give you the ball, do your job. And when we don't, do your job again.
We got some big coming back to do, guys. Let's do it. Man, that's how you win championship.
A lot of football left. Let's go. Let's go. A lot of football.
Hey, we don't give them anything, man. We keep throwing that pressure on, putting the coal in the fire.
You got the last 30 minutes of this season, and you got to decide what you want to live with for a whole year.
Last I heard, you had to outscore somebody in 4 quarters. They're celebrating. They're celebrating right now. Look at them. Go win the game.
Come on, Lenny. Pump it in there, baby. Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, Ernie. Let's go.
Kickoff. Rod Martin, the 3rd time today. Slams the door.
Had it right in his hands. Throw it right to him.
Want to go after him? X deep cross, YC. H2.
I'd like to run the float 36. I'd like to hammer it right down him right now.
Couldn't ask for a better script. Let's go win it right now.
Okay, man, here it comes.
He leans forward to the end zone. Emmitt Smith scores.
That's it, boys. That's it, Rex. That's it, boys.
All the timeouts. It's been a great season. We'll see you next time.
34 seconds remaining.
34 seconds away from it.
So it all comes down to this. McNair will work out of the shotgun.
McNair drops, throws right side for Dyson. He dives for the end zone. Didn't make it.
Reaches to the goal line. No, he falls at the 1. Time runs out. That's out.
We won it.
Yeah. That's the way to inject that ball over the goal line.
Wow. What a ride it's been.
I'm happy for you like I've never been, believe me. Congratulations, this is yours. You deserve it. Oh, me. That was a good game, huh?
I'm sorry. We'll see you in the locker room, okay?
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Good job, Bill. Good job, Bill. Good job, Bill.
Field goal team. Get everyone a field goal team.
Tell all the guys on the field team, don't get set until you tell them to set. Tell them all not to set until you tell them to set. And if they overload one side, give a man over right or man over left.
Only once in Super Bowl history has the game been decided by a successful field goal on the game's final play. It occurred in Super Bowl V, when rookie Jim O'Brien made a 32-yarder.
The best ending of any game was the time that the Colts beat the Cowboys. And people very seldom cite that. They talk about what a sloppy game it was. I've never sort of understood that. It's almost that people expect the Super Bowl to be classy and quality. And when it's a poorly played game that ends in an exciting fashion, somehow people dismiss that.
Yeah, it was ugly. No, I do not wear a ring from that game. I don't even think about it because it didn't feel like a championship.
It sure must have felt like a championship to O'Brien, who had made the historic kick. Other famous kickers were Don Chandler of the Packers and the 49ers' Ray Wersching, who share the record of 4 field goals in a game, and the Bills' Steve Christie, who made the longest kick in Super Bowl history.
54 yards on the left hash. The kick is on the way. This one is sailing, and it is good. It's the longest kick in Super Bowl history. Steve Christie, 54 yards, and we're tied at 3.
2 special teams records were set on one play when Bengals punter Lee Johnson got off a 63-yard punt, and 49ers return man John Taylor brought the kick back 45 yards, the longest punt return ever in a Super Bowl. What makes the special team special is their ability to change the course of a game by making one big play. Although nearly forgotten because of other heroics that day, a blocked punt in Super Bowl X by the Steelers' Reggie Harrison turned the game around as Pittsburgh used the change in momentum to mount a comeback.
We did have that lead, and our defense was playing very well, and they tried to block the punt. Of course, Mitch Hoops got the block out of the end zone, and it probably was a turning point in the game.
I think that hurt us more than anything else when Mitch was kicking the ball and it was blocked. I think that was the biggest turning point.
That block punt was very special because those players knew that they could make a difference in this ball game. Now, I hear people talking about, the superstars make super plays in super games. Hey, everybody's got to make them.
Well, maybe not everybody. The wrong player trying to make a big play at the wrong time led to the Super Bowl's most famous folly, Garrow's gaffe.
It was going to be a nice ending, a 17-0 win in a 17-0 season. Garrow just had to kick the field goal. Then when it went the other way, there was a few guys on the sideline when Garrow came off, was ready to wring his little neck.
As he walked off the field, I heard him say, "Zonk," and I turned around. I said, "What?" He said, "What should I do?" I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Look," and he pointed over at the bench, and Shula was over there. And he was all hunkered down. There was a big lump sticking out of his back, and his face was red, and there was little white marks under his eyes, and he was looking at Garrow going, "Come here, come here."
Garrow was very careful when he came off the field to come off way down at the far end of the bench because he knew that I didn't want any part of him.
It was not until 20 years later that Scott Norwood got the opportunity to match Jim O'Brien's feat with a kick to win it all.
That sets the stage for Norwood. This is right in front of the goalpost.
Longest of the year, 48.
They can do it.
A lot of pressure. You want to talk about a pressure situation. It's only the Super Bowl, folks.
That is a long way to kick a football. Get ready. Snap. Spot. In the air. It's got the distance. It is. No good.
Good. Giants win. Giants win.
I'll tell you what, a game though, both sides. You got to give your hats off to the Giants. They played their hearts out. They were underdogs coming in here. Now they're the Super Bowl champions.
Wow. Giants have won Super Bowl 25.
It's always going to be wide right. There's nothing, that's the thing about our past is that you can't make it any better, you can't make it any worse. There's nothing that you can do to affect it.
I can honestly look at that season and say, even though we didn't win it, I'm proud of everybody on our football team. I'm proud of Scott Norwood. Yeah, he didn't make that field goal, but he was one of the main reasons we got there.
It wasn't like Scott lost the game. I think that's unfair to Scott. It's unfair to the Bills. And it's unfair to the Giants because we always say we won the game. Nobody lost it. We won the game.
In the first half of the first NFL-AFL championship game, the Kansas City Chiefs gave Vince Lombardi's Green Bay Packers all they could handle, leading just 14-10 in the second half. The Packers defense made the game's most important play. Hall of Fame safety Willie Wood's interception and 50-yard return turned a close game into a rout.
And I thought we got off to a good start the second half. But I think the interception on the 3rd and 5 situation seemingly changed the personality of the ball game.
1 year later, Packers Hall of Fame cornerback Herb Adderley finished off Green Bay scoring with a 60-yard touchdown return that ended in another Packers championship.
I think they got a great bunch of boys, and they simply deserve what they got. I'm real pleased with everything, and I'm very, very, very grateful.
They didn't give our offense the room to do anything, and I think it's just their fine defense. And, I wish we could be as good in the future. I hope we can be as good in the future as they are.
Against the Vikings, Willie Brown became the 3rd Hall of Fame defensive back to make a Hall of Fame play. His 75-yard return remains the longest in Super Bowl history. Brown's return dealt the Minnesota Vikings their 4th loss in the first 11 Super Bowls.
My greatest regret and disappointment is that we could not deliver one Super Bowl victory for my teammates or for the state of Minnesota or for my family and friends. I never have a day go by that I don't regret not being able to do something more to help my team win a Super Bowl.
Raiders reserve linebacker Jack Squirek did plenty to help his team win a Super Bowl when he was inserted into the game with 12 seconds to go in the first half.
That play it has a story to me, and I'm the only one that knows that story.
Where I let a pass go in the air, and as I let it go, I went, God, Jack Squirek, please drop this, do me a big favor, and he didn't. He caught it.
And he played a lot more years in football because of me. Never sent me a commission check, never thanked me. You know, he just stole the ball and my heart.
The disastrous play call gave the Raiders an 18-point lead. The decision that led to Squirek's return is lamented by the accomplices to this day.
Well, let me explain this whole scenario to you. Very little time left in the half. Seconds. I walked to the sidelines and I went to Coach Gibbs. I said, what do you want me to run?
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to throw a little under screen to Joe Washington. Hope he gets out somewhere around midfield, call timeout, and probably take a shot at a Hail Mary at the end zone.
I said, Coach, I don't feel good about putting the ball in the air this far backed up with such little time. I don't think we can make a big play out of it.
I got Theismann yakking in one ear. I got linemen, coaches wanting to do two different things, you know, a coach's life, you know, and so finally I said, shut up, Joe. Here's what we're going to do.
I turned and I started to walk away. And then I turned back to him and I said, are you sure you want me to run this play? He says, run it.
Theismann back, looks off to the left, and he fires it out there. Intercepted! Jack Squirek! Touchdown Raiders! I don't believe it! Holy Toledo!
The Dallas Cowboys used 2 touchdown returns to set a Super Bowl record.
And now a fumble by Wright trying to pull away. The ball is rolling loose. It's scooped up by Norton. Ken Norton runs it in. It's a touchdown. And now the Dallas Cowboys have become the highest scoring team in Super Bowl history.
There have been 5 kickoff return touchdowns in the history of the Super Bowl. The first was a 98-yarder by the Dolphins' Fulton Walker.
Comes to the near side to the 20. He's out to the 25. Turns it back. He's gone. 50-yard line. 40-yard line. He's gone. It's a touchdown.
The first 4 men to reach the end zone via kickoff returns all did so in losing causes. It was not until Super Bowl 31 that Desmond Howard compiled the happiest returns of all. Obtained strictly for this role, Howard set a record for the most combined kick return yards in one game.
He's been kind of catalyst for us. He's been when we've been struggling early in the game, he makes those great returns and just kind of gets everybody pumped up. I think he, next to Brett, he might be our most valuable player. I really believe that.
Offensively, we've been playing on half a field because of what he's done. He takes a lot of pressure off of us and having to score, a lot of pressure off the defense from having to prevent scores, things like that.
He was awesome in the last 5 games of the year. He was spectacular, maybe the best 5 games run I've ever seen as a return man.
All right, here's the kickoff by Vinatieri. New England just keeps bouncing back, folks. They're a resilient team. Here is a high floater. Boy, this is a nice kickoff. Desmond Howard has to back up. Can't get the run from the goal line to the 5, to the 10, to the 15.
To a holder to 20, to the 30, outside, to the 40. He may be gone. Midfield, to the 40, the 30, the 25, 20. Touchdown for Desmond Howard.
Desmond Howard, every time he gets the football, he is some kind of terror.
Well, there was a tremendous sense of relief because we worked very, very hard on our special teams, and we really felt that anytime they kicked to him as a punt return man or a kickoff, he has the ability to go, and our blockers knew that, and they blocked it beautifully. And then, you know, that was a stage in the game where they were coming back a little bit and getting back in the game, and it was still a rather tense in there. And then he popped that one, and it not only it motivated us too. Our defense got fired up, and it was obviously one of the key plays in the game.
Thanks to his key plays, Desmond Howard became the only special teams performer ever to win game MVP honors.
That's big time running, baby. Now right.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run this play in the alley.
The Packers' power sweep. Jim Taylor's touchdown propelled Green Bay to victory in Super Bowl I. In Super Bowl IV, one play shaped Hank Stram's coaching legacy.
65 horsepower trap. That might pop wide open, Rats.
Running play coming to Garrett on a top touchdown. Was it there, boys? Was that there, Rats? Nice going, baby.
Mike Garrett's touchdown was the product of astute film study and game day intuition.
In short yardage situations, we noticed in the film, Alan Page normally on short yardage would be in the gap between the center and the left guard. However, there'd be one time in a game where they'd guess and they'd move him out between the guard and the tackle. So we thought, well, what we'll do, we'll use our 60 series. Lenny Dawson would fake the toss, come back, and hand off inside to Mike Garrett, who ran in for the touchdown.
Yeah! Yeah! I tell you that baby is there. Yes, sir, boys. Woo!
7 years later, the Rose Bowl was the setting, as Clarence Davis ran from role player to leading man.
Back in those days, we were a fullback-oriented team, but based on the way the Vikings played, our halfback came into play, and we knew that. And there were certain plays that we'd run for our halfback, and one of the plays that we ran was Bob Trejo. We got backed up near the goal line, and Clarence jumped out of there on 17 Bob Trejo, which is a double team between Dave Casper and I on the defensive end, and George Beeler pulling from the other side, and Van Egan kicking out on the linebacker.
During the regular season, Davis had gained 516 yards. In the Super Bowl, he rushed for 137, running left behind Gene Upshaw, Art Shell, and Dave Casper. Against the Buffalo Bills, the New York Giants controlled the ball for more than 40 minutes, a Super Bowl record. This run by game MVP Otis Anderson symbolized New York's commitment and its will. Anderson's third-quarter touchdown completed a 14-play drive that consumed almost 10 minutes.
Okay, touchdown!
6 times in Super Bowl history, a running back has carried the ball 30 or more times. Each time, his team won. The first time the 30-carry milestone was reached was Super Bowl III. Matt Snell of the New York Jets rushed 30 times for 121 yards, the majority of those behind left tackle Winston Hill.
We felt that Winston Hill could block Ordell Bracy if given a one-on-one opportunity, and that's basically what he had most of the time. And that old rule, hey, if it's working, keep going to it. You know, make them stop us, make them stop us. So yeah, we worked the left side and we wore it out as much as we could. And if they don't stop, you just keep on.
All 5 Dolphins offensive linemen in Super Bowl VIII were discards from other teams. Yet they powered pro football's most consistent running game in the early 70s.
We felt that we could run the ball against anybody. We felt that for years, and we did.
We ran the ball better, frankly, than any team had ever run the ball before.
We felt that if we're running the football the way that we're capable of running it, that no team can stop us.
Minnesota wasn't that good against the run.
Our goal was to keep the ball 40 minutes out of the 60, and if that leaves them only 20 minutes, then good things are going to happen.
I remember our first 2 drives, we just took it in ball control drives, and we were ahead 17-0, and I don't think they had the ball very much in that first half at all.
On their first 2 drives, the Dolphins ran the ball 16 times. Larry Zonka would finish with a Super Bowl record 145 yards on 33 rushes.
Zonka was the best back I've ever seen at converting a 2-yard gain to a 5-yard gain. That's the difference between winning and losing. You lose if you gain 2, you win if you gain 5 consistently.
Smash mouth football, that's what it was.
Zonka's record lasted 1 year. Against Minnesota, Franco Harris ran the ball 34 times for 158 yards. It was the Steelers' first of 4 Super Bowl championships in the 70s.
People were saying, well, they're inexperienced, they're young. Minnesota's been there 3 other times, so they don't have a chance. But we knew we were going to win that game. We knew that, and we just knew the type of ball that we played, what we can do, and we were having fun.
The Steelers got to Super Bowl IX for the first time, and were so refreshing. I remember that because everybody kept saying, boy, here's a team that's never been to a Super Bowl before, young guys, they're going to get there and they're going to be scared and they're going to be overwhelmed by all this. And they walked in there and they just loved it. I mean, they couldn't get enough of it.
It was so exciting that, all year, you can run the ball. In some cases, don't get tired until after you carry the ball 25, 30 times. But in this game, you carry the ball one time, you huff it and puff it.
In the third quarter of Super Bowl 28, with the game tied, Emmitt Smith seized the moment. He carried the ball 7 times on an 8-play touchdown drive.
Not real flashy, it's not real pretty, but it's real good.
Aikman draw to Smith. Tackle but breaks away to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Emmitt Smith. Oh, what a run by the league's MVP.
4 years later, the Denver Broncos embraced historical precedent. Winning Super Bowls demands the ability to run the football.
The game plan was to run the ball, and I wasn't surprised by that because if you look at it, historically, the teams that have won the Super Bowl, they've ran the ball.
Not many teams who can't run the ball are going to win, especially against a great team like Green Bay, so that's something we knew we had to do.
The Broncos believe strong safety Leroy Butler was the key to the Packers' run defense.
What we try to do is neutralize Butler, who was a big part of their rushing attack, who would very often be the extra guy in the defensive scheme.
In certain formations, we knew what Leroy was going to do, and we really kind of played to him. And if we got 7-on-7, then we were going to be able to run the football, and that's exactly what we got with formation.
It was clear to me that Denver wanted to get Leroy Butler out of position to make plays, so they went with the slot formation, which then forced Leroy Butler in a position to have to play coverage on Shannon Sharpe.
They're not a slot team, and Shanahan is very creative. And I thought that if they're running so much slot, 2 wide receivers to one side, Shannon to the back side, I see they're trying to go away from our strength.
Terrell Davis, with stunning cutback ability and instant acceleration, flowed through the Packers' defense, slashing and angling, reading and seeing. With Butler removed from the equation, the Packers' front 7 could not handle the quickness and precision of the NFL's smallest offensive line.
I thought that we would maybe rise to the occasion, and I'm talking about the whole defense at that time.
This team is not better than us. They're not even good. We're letting them do that thing on. We never seen it grow.
I thought that, okay, enough is enough. We got to get the ball back, and we got to make a statement. But that didn't materialize.
Davis would finish with 157 yards on 30 carries.
It's kind of humiliating to have a team run the ball against you. It's like a slow death. Like, you know what's coming and you can't stop it.
It seems as if they had game plans since last minicamp. Everything worked. All the running plays worked. They were just dictating to us whatever they wanted to do.
Relying on a veteran offensive unit with 8 starters, 29 years and older, the Broncos carved out the precise scheme needed to defeat Green Bay. It was NFC power football executed finely by an AFC team. The Dallas Cowboys made history when defensive lineman Randy White, number 54, and number 79 Harvey Martin were named co-MVPs for plundering Craig Morton's pocket.
Going into the game against Craig, one of our main priorities in the game, I remember, was we wanted to get pressure on him early and get him rattled and don't let him be able just to sit back there and throw the ball. So that was one of our main priorities going into the game, was to pressure Craig Morton early, get him off stride and get him rattled a little bit.
I think the thing that stood out the most was Randy and I's intensity. I mean, there was nobody in the whole NFL could have blocked either Randy or myself that Sunday.
That was just a tough deal. It still hurts to this day. I've never seen that game, nor do I ever want to see that game, because it was just they were waiting for me. It seems like every time I went back there, they were there before me.
I'm standing on the sideline, and believe it or not, Randy and I were standing next to each other. And I'll never forget the announcer coming across on the loudspeakers and saying, for the first time in history, we have 2 most valuable players, Harvey Martin and Randy White, and I just almost fainted.
Eagles quarterback Ron Jaworski was made woozy by Raiders linebacker Rod Martin, who set a record with 3 interceptions.
Rod Martin had a tremendous game. He probably played the best game anybody's ever played in the Super Bowl. It looked like he was shot out of a cannon. I mean, you combine what he did on the field with what he did on special teams covering that day, kickoffs and stuff like that. The guy was fantastic.
For the most critical plays in Super Bowl 16, 49ers backup linebacker Dan Buns was fantastic. With a chance to cut San Fran's lead to 6 points, Cincy ran 4 plays from inside the 3-yard line. Buns, number 57, kept Pete Johnson out of the end zone on first down, helped on 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line, and then made the key play of the game on 3rd and goal from the 1.
The play of a Dan Buns raises the level of everyone else. There was a person that had said to himself, I'm not going to be denied. There was a guy that says, look, Dwight Clark made the catch the week before, well, I'm making the play today. And it was almost something that in the Super Bowl, you expected other players to make plays because they wanted to make a play. They wanted to be focused, and that was the uniqueness of playing with the 49ers, is that everybody felt that they could make a difference.
Dan Buns, a reserve linebacker, was the key defender in the Super Bowl's most famous goal line stand. For Super Bowl 28, Cowboys head coach Jimmy Johnson decided to add an extra defender in the secondary. Nickelback James Washington would play the entire game in Johnson's scheme.
When I got in the locker room, I think it was me, Ken Norton, and Michael Irvin in the back prior to the game, and I say, man, you know what? This is my day. This is the day that I get an opportunity to show the world that I can play. I think the plays that really change football games are big hits because it gets everybody fired up. And I think my biggest play was the first hit of the game when I crunched Andre Reed across the middle, just letting him know this is how the game is going to be.
But a much bigger play by Washington broke the game open.
Kelly with an inside handoff to Thomas, and he's knocked down, and a fumble. And the Cowboys pick it up, and here comes James Washington to the 30, for the 20, cut to right. Waits for a convoy to the 15. Washington to the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys! James Washington.
I tell you what, you did that.
Turn it around, guys. Turn it around. Super job. Super job.
Reggie White, one of the greatest defenders of all time, put an exclamation point on his career with a record-setting performance in Super Bowl 31.
Here's Drew, straight back in the pocket. Here they come again. Reggie got him again. Back at the 15-yard line.
Is there room for one more?
Okay. First down, New England. 3 wide receivers to the right. They may just throw one up. And here goes Bledsoe back. Here they come. Reggie. They got him again. Back at the 20. Hello, Reggie. 3 sacks for Reggie. Reggie says, I am not through yet.
It felt great to be able to win a Super Bowl as a Green Bay Packer. I'm honored to be, as a player, to be in the same category as the Bart Starrs and the Willie Davises and the Ray Niskins. I wanted to let the fans know that this is just as much as yours as it is ours. No one can convince me that there are better fans in this country than Green Bay Packer fans. I mean, if there are, please take me to them.
With 5 Super Bowl rings, Charles Haley, who played for the 49ers in 23 and 24, and for the Cowboys in 27, 28, and 30, is the most decorated performer in Super Bowl history.
First and 10 at the 10. Kelly's going to throw. Here's Haley. Hit him and picked off in the air. Jimmy Jones intercepts and rolls in for a touchdown. And the turnovers are telling the story.
I've never worn any of my Super Bowl rings. You know, I believe that if I put it away, then I always keep driving to try to get another one. My goal is if I don't wear it, then I don't realize I got one, and that I want to get one, and I want to get the ultimate goal for any football player is to be world champion.
The receiving star of Super Bowl I wasn't even supposed to play. But when Boyd Dowler was injured on the 3rd play of the game, our ready-to-retire Max McGee was forced into service.
If he had came out on my side, I'd have put him to sleep real quick. This guy had no speed. He didn't even think about being in the game. As a matter of fact, I heard later on that he and Paul Hornung had went out all night before.
I won't deny that I had a night on the town in Los Angeles. I'm just not expecting to play, and next day, Boyd Dowler gets hurt, and I wouldn't let an opportunity like that get by. So, fortunately, about the second pass Bart threw to me, it happened to be a little quick post, and I kind of reached back, and it stuck in my hand, and that was the first touchdown. And from then on, I could have done anything. The defense of Kansas City was trying to stop Jim Taylor. They were not trying to stop Max McGee, so I got a lot of man-to-man coverage. And, you know, man-to-man, I don't care if you're 35 or if you're 25, it's pretty tough to cover a guy all by yourself.
What a day, man. Way to go learn out. Check him up, baby, huh?
If they want to blame the loss of the game on me for hurting Boyd Dowler and getting out of the game and bringing in old man Max McGee, then I accept that responsibility.
Lynn Swann, who had been injured in the conference championship game, was also unsure of his readiness for Super Bowl X.
To start that game, not feeling a great deal of confidence, I needed to catch the first pass out of the box. So the first catch I consider the greatest catch I made in the game. I had to, in one move, slow down, go up, make a catch, arc my body, catch a ball that was basically out of bounds in the air, and then come back down in bounds, both feet.
First of all, it looked as though it was almost impossible to catch the ball, let alone keep your feet in bounds, and somehow he did both. And I remember all of us just looking at each other and saying, did you see that? I mean, that's incredible.
That one was incredible. This one was unbelievable.
That ball could have been tipped a variety of ways, and tipped where I couldn't reach it, or could have been tipped 5 inches one side or the other, and maybe my body wouldn't have flexed in a position to make the catch. But it did, and I was there. The third catch was a big one, in as much as it was a blitzing situation for the Cowboys, man-to-man coverage. We put it out there on a post pattern. Bradshaw lays the ball out. I'm able to make the catch, and we get into the end zone for the score. And we win that ball game 21-17. But once you're in the end zone, it's a great moment every time you score. And the whole team comes out, and and Lambert comes out. Hardly ever talked to me, but he picks me up, and everybody's excited. It's not until later you look at it, and you think to yourself, that was the game winner there.
Fred Biletnikoff became the second receiver in a row to win MVP honors. Although his numbers were nothing special, Biletnikoff's contribution was. 3 of his 4 catches led directly to easy Raiders touchdowns. In Super Bowl 22, Ricky Sanders' numbers were spectacular as he set a record with 193 yards receiving.
He's got Sanders in the clear. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
But Sanders' records would last only until the next Super Bowl. No receiver ever thrived under the harsh glare of the Super Bowl spotlight as brilliantly as Jerry Rice. In Super Bowl 23, he set records for receptions with 11 and yards with 215.
The first time I went, I didn't have a chance to really enjoy it because who wants to be the team to go to the Super Bowl and not win it? The second time I was a little more relaxed and I knew exactly what to expect, and I just had a great time.
The Denver Broncos secondary didn't enjoy the game nearly as much as Rice.
Montana drops back to throw, looks over the field, goes for the end zone. Jerry Rice, touchdown 49ers! And the Bay Area may begin its celebration earlier than anticipated.
It was basically the same pattern that Rice ran for the touchdown at the end of the first half, post pattern down the middle, and Montana spotting those safeties wide again, got it to it with plenty of time by the offensive line.
Back to back, baby. The boy is going to party tonight.
5 years later, Rice was back to pad his numbers.
And a play fake. Young goes deep middle. He's got Jerry Rice. Touchdown 49ers. First touchdown of the game. Comes after only a minute and 24 seconds. Touchdown pass to Rice. How can they leave Jerry on top of it like that? I don't know.
On his second touchdown, Rice was injured. He was down, but he's never out.
It was very important for me to get back out there on the football field. You know, just to show everyone that you're not going to be 100% at times, and you still got to go there somehow and get the job done. So when I came back out, I just blocked everything out, and I just focused in on my job. And I knew I had to make the catches, and I just take a lot of pride in what I do.
Three days before Super Bowl III, Joe Namath made a pronouncement that was almost unprecedented in American sports.
I was down at the Miami Touchdown Club receiving an award for our team, and it was my turn to stand up and speak at the podium, and I got up to the podium, and as I go to speak, a guy in the back of the room yells out, "Hey, Namath, we're going to kick your behind." And I said, "Whoa, wait a minute now, wait a minute. We've been hearing that for the last 10 days or 2 weeks, how you're going to kick our behind. Well, I got some news for you, buddy. We're going to win the game, I guarantee it."
Super Bowl III captured the essence of Namath. Brash, confident, full of swagger. Often overlooked in this superstar aura was Namath's quick mind.
What really happened in that ball game was that Namath was able to see our blitz and get rid of the football before the blitzer got to him, and made a lot of great plays to his outside receivers by reading the blitz and getting rid of the football.
When the game ended, there was such a feeling of elation, joy, a tickling explosion inside. The teammates, we did it. We did it, you know. It was wonderful. And going off that field, it was kind of like the finality of it. You know, yes, the fans were up there, you know, it seemed like the whole place was American League fans now, and everybody's cheering funny. We did it, we did it, we did it. We were number one. It was just a feeling. I didn't think about it. It was just, yes, yes, yes. Oh, it was great.
4 quarterbacks who had chosen #1 overall in the NFL draft have led their teams to Super Bowl championships. Jim Plunkett is one of those 4. 2 years before Super Bowl 15, Plunkett had been one step from oblivion, his future as unpromising as his tarnished past. On that day in New Orleans, the former Heisman Trophy winner finally and decisively put 10 years of professional disappointment behind him.
It was kind of a vindication, satisfaction after being in the NFL for 10 years, almost being out of football. A lot of people had given up on me. It was a tremendous feeling getting to the Super Bowl and winning it.
Plunkett on a straight drop back. Here comes the rush. Steps up. Can't find anybody yet. Takes off running to the left. Throws on the move. And it's caught like King at the 40. King takes over the 50. He'll go all the way.
A second Super Bowl championship followed 3 years later.
Sometimes, I feel kind of left out and slighted, but, that's the nature of things sometimes. I certainly look at my career as successful. It could have been more successful, but I'm glad I had the opportunity to play in and win 2 Super Bowls.
With numbers that look small in today's big play era, Troy Aikman is rarely mentioned among the game's great quarterbacks. With Aikman, it's all about efficiency and winning.
And Aikman with a straight drop to throw again. Going for the end zone. Novacek at the 2, takes it in. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Super Bowl 27 was the first of 3 Dallas championships in the 90s, and Aikman's finest postseason moment.
First down, Aikman straight drop, throws it over the middle. Irvin at the 3, in for the touchdown, Cowboys!
It looked real good, doesn't it? It looked real good. And if he'd been on a hot roll from midseason on.
What it's all about! Woo! Go out, play your hearts out, we'll come out on top! Leave it out here, baby. Broncos on 3. 1, 2, 3.
John Elway was the master of the moment, crafting singular snapshots that remained etched in our collective consciousness. On 3rd and 6 in Super Bowl 32, Elway delivered his most memorable portrait.
He dives outside the 5-yard line! My goodness! You want to tell me the 37-year-old man doesn't want to win this game? Man, oh man. That sacrifice, oh man.
When I turned it up, the first thing I did is look to the sideline and try to find where the marker was and find out what yard line I had to get to. And then when I got there, I mean, I don't know, it was just a reaction. I didn't even think about it and went over the top with my 3-inch vertical jump. And first thing I did was look and saw the first down. I said, oh boy. And then I heard everyone screaming. I looked at the sideline. Our sideline was going nuts, man. I've never had an adrenaline rush like I had after that run. So I get shivers when I think about it.
As soon as he did that, I mean, right there at that time, I knew we were going to win the game.
It fired up our whole football team to see a quarterback at the age of 37 giving up his body to get the job done regardless of the situation.
That game and to finally get that win made my career. That to me was like being born again, that I did not have to answer the question of what if you never win a Super Bowl.
A year later, Elway was named Most Valuable Player in Super Bowl 33.
Elway boots and rolls to his right, stops, loads it up, throws down deep the middle of the field. Rod Smith's got it! Here we go! Denver touchdown!
Elway's explosive performance was the fitting exit for the Magnificent Seven. After spending his first 8 years shaded by the clouds of injury and inconsistency, Phil Simms earned his day in the bright California sun. As darkness descended on the Rose Bowl, Simms had completed 22 of 25 passes. It remains the Super Bowl's standard for accuracy.
I remember it was all over, and there wasn't any like special exuberance. I just remember we won, and this is what we were supposed to do. I didn't, like, as they would say, relish the moment as much as I should have probably, or I wish I would have, as I look back, because I didn't. I said, well, we won, I'm happy, I expected to win, and we'll win this thing again next year.
The next year, it was Doug Williams who earned a lasting place in pro football history.
Play action fake. Williams going up top. Got Sanders on the fly. Midfield. He's gone unless they can catch him. The 30, the 20, the 15, the 10. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Williams to pass. Lobs it up. He's got Clark at the goal line. He's got it. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Get another one right here. Let's see. Do they go up top? Lobs it into the end zone. He's got Didier. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Holy cow.
Williams led the Washington Redskins to 5 second-quarter touchdowns on 5 possessions. For the former first-round draft choice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Super Bowl 22 simply mirrored a career marked by personal tragedy and professional disappointment. When Williams returned to start the second quarter after a knee injury, the weight of a life unfulfilled dominated his thoughts.
The road that I had traveled to get there, you know, from the day I left Grambling, through the good times of Tampa, through the rocky times of Tampa. So many things had been written and so many things had been said, and when I stuck my helmet in the air walking off that football field, I was probably telling a lot of people where to get off. And that's the honest God truth.
You wake up in the morning of the Super Bowl and you say to yourself that tonight, my life will be different. One way or another, my life is going to be different. That's an interesting way to feel in the morning as you're eating breakfast.
On the morning of Super Bowl 29, Steve Young had the breakfast of champions.
Young with a play fake, drops back to throw, deep middle, Waters a great over-the-shoulder catch, bounces away again. Oh, what a bonanza!
I may be voice of the Chargers, but I'll tell you, this is a joy to watch. This is one of the greatest offenses I think modern-day football's ever seen.
Against the San Diego Chargers, Young threw a Super Bowl record 6 touchdown passes.
If you would have told me that I was going to throw 6, that was impossible. I mean, that's fantasy. And it was one of the rare experiences where the reality far outweighed the dream. It was beyond my wildest imagination.
He had even more pressure on him because the team had won under somebody else.
Someone take the monkey off our back, please!
And so there was much more pressure, I think, on Steve Young, or as much pressure as has ever been on any other quarterback. I think what he did to rise to that occasion was really quite extraordinary.
And no one can ever take it away from us, ever!
In Super Bowl 34, a former Arena League quarterback established a new NFL championship game record. Kurt Warner threw for 414 yards. With 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining, and the score tied, Rams offensive coordinator Mike Martz called a play with one purpose: to score a touchdown.
It was twins right, ace right, 999H balloon. What we're trying to do is get Isaac isolated on a corner. In this formation, we felt like we could get Isaac isolated, and we asked Kurt to throw it to him, just put it up and let Isaac try to see if he could make a play.
Warner back to throw. Rainbows the far sideline, and it is caught by Isaac Bruce. Makes a move to the 30, 25, 20, and they won't catch him today. Yes. Touchdown, Rams!
Throughout the 1999 season, Warner had directed an attack that defied conventional NFL wisdom. Establish the pass, be bold, force the ball downfield. That was the credo of the NFL's best team. It helped produce the most prolific Super Bowl performance by a quarterback in the 20th century.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Super Bowl 35.
Amidst the spectacle of Super Bowl 35 were two head coaches that shared mutual admiration, but were prepared to go head-to-head.
How cool is this? Something else, huh?
I'm thrilled to be here. There's something else, but I'll tell you what. If I gotta go against anybody, I respect it's you. So.
Absolutely. Stay healthy, man. We'll hook up when it's done. Jim may be a better coach, but I'm a hell of a lot better looking than he is, all right?
Stover approaches the football. We are underway. The flashbulb sparkle, a high end-over-end kick.
Cover him, cover him, cover him. He's straight line, Yeah! Yeah! That a baby!
Tackle made by number 57, O.J. Briggins.
Hey, play quick with him. Play quick. They don't know how fast we are.
The Ravens set the tone early.
Third down. Back to throw Dilfer in the pocket. He's throwing the bomb. He's got Johnson open, and it's off his hands, incomplete.
They sat on it. Perfect throw. That's perfect timing.
Hey, so much for being conservative coming out, huh?
You keep throwing that. Don't pull back on that 9 now just because it hit him in the hand. Throw it the same way.
Back to throw Trent Dilfer. Throwing deep down the middle for Stokely. He's got it.
Come on, Brandon!
Stokely for the
Brandon!
Touchdown, Baltimore.
Whoa! He beat Jason Sehorn, and the Ravens a 38-yard strike. Dilfer to Stokely.
Nice call. Nice call. Yeah!
Led by the relentless play of linebacker Ray Lewis, Baltimore's top-ranked defense capitalized on the early lead. The Giants were held without a first down in the first quarter. New York's 9 offensive possessions in the first half resulted in 2 interceptions and 7 punts.
Roll away.
In the third quarter, bad became worse for the New York Giants.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, he'll think twice about going in there again.
Might tell Kerry to remind him out there now. They're going to attack our ass. He's going to get it out of there. They got to play quick, come off the ball.
All right, D, come on. You got him pinned, D. Keep him down. It's turnover time now. Pass!
Slant over the middle, picked up by Dwayne Starks. He's got a touchdown. Touchdown to Wayne Starks. 49 yards.
Oh, Dwayne. Saw it all the way. Yeah, baby.
Whoa! I mean, he broke on the ball on that one, Scott. Broke right in front. Collins trying to hit the slanting on it, and man, off to the races. And the people in purple are going Raven wild.
All right, come on. We're all right. Take it off. Hey, we've got to make up our mind to go out, relax, play quick, stay after. Don't lose your confidence.
Trailing 17-0, Jim Fossil's team turned a shutout into a shootout on the very next play.
Dixon and Washington back deep. Stover with a high climbing kick. Dixon will range back to his own 3. Dixon to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30, 40. There goes Ron Dixon. Ron Dixon's going to go. No one's going to catch him. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, 97 yards for Ron Dixon. And maybe the Giants do have a life with 3:31 to go in the third.
Touchdown return.
There we go, there we go.
Heeding the words of their head coach, the Giants special teams blocked any Raven within tackling distance of Dixon. Baltimore's lead was cut to 10. Now it was Brian Billick's turn to inspire his team.
Hey, now, you know why on that last kickoff? Keep your head in the game. You're back here dicking around big time. That's your problem, Brad. You got so much potential if you'll just stay focused for 60 minutes. You can do that when you're a world champion. Focus. Now you make a play here, okay? Come on, J. Lou, get one.
Jermaine Lewis to receive the kickoff.
Make history, J. Lou.
Deloiso, good foot into this one. Or kicked it full, not real good though. 16-yard line, Jermaine Lewis, 25-30. J. Lou kicks it outside. He's at the 40, 45. He's at midfield, down the far sideline. He's going all the way. Oh, right. Jermaine Lewis goes all the way. Oh, my God.
Back to back. Yeah.
Now Baltimore.
84 yards, Tom. Back to back. Kickoff returns for touchdown.
I'm getting too old for this.
In what seemed like a scoring barrage found in a Sega video game, Lewis's score capped 3 consecutive touchdown returns in 36 seconds, a Super Bowl record. One team's adulation is another's disappointment, as Super Bowl 35 seemed all but over for the Giants.
Get a touchdown, men, you're world champions. Field goal, maybe.
The Ravens right on the doorstep of putting this one away with a 24-7 lead. Pitch out, Jamal Lewis trying to circle the left side, head down, hit, dives, lost the football in the end zone, but was he in? Touchdown! Yes, he was.
Hey, challenge it, challenge it, challenge it, challenge it, challenge it, challenge it.
The touchdown was ruled good, as the Giants were no challenge for the triumphant Ravens.
Yeah, they're done. I want you to go empty out all the water containers.
No, you better.
Andrew,
what's in it for me?
Who's in charge here?
What's in it for me?
Oh, I'm too cold. Oh, I wasn't gonna let you get me either.
Ray Lewis was named game MVP as the Ravens became only the third wildcard team to win a Super Bowl. Behind their boisterous head coach, few teams have gazed upon the Vince Lombardi Trophy quite like the Baltimore Ravens. Super Bowl 36 was unlike any Super Bowl to date. Heightened security was necessary due to terrorist attacks on the United States a few months earlier. Yet nothing could stop the sense of pride and patriotism surrounding America's biggest game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Super Bowl 36.
This is our game. This is our game. Tonight, a dynasty is born, baby.
Standing in the way of a Rams dynasty seemed to be Patriots' destiny. The team of no-name players stunned the 2-touchdown favorite Rams early on. The highly touted Rams offense was held to a mere field goal in the first quarter by an aggressive Patriots defense that disrupted quarterback Kurt Warner the entire game.
Somebody's face forces bad passes, okay, or we'll get home on it, okay?
Warner goes back to throw, and here's the blitz by Mike Vrabel. The pass is intercepted. They got it. By Tyler, 30, 25, 20, 15, touchdown. Tyler.
Hey, who was in his face? It was Mike Vrabel. Yeah, number 50 got in clean and made him throw the ball much sooner than he wants to, and he just laid it up there. Isaac Bruce did not have a chance to turn around to find the ball, and there was Ty Law with the interception, and just nothing but green space in front of him, trotting down the sidelines for a go-ahead touchdown, and the Patriots out on top.
Trailing 7-3 in the second quarter, the Rams' struggles on offense continued.
Warner, straight back to pass, hangs in, fires the middle, Ricky Prohl, first down, loose football, picked up by the Patriots, Terrell Buckley into Rams territory. And the Rams had just committed their second turnover here in the first half.
New England was led by 24-year-old Tom Brady, who was a fourth-string quarterback only a year earlier. Brady was ready to make the most of his opportunity.
Direct snap to Brady, fires to the right. It is caught by Jermaine Wiggins down to the 15-yard line.
Right thing. 50, quick out goes. He slammed.
Back to the far side right. Brady first and goal. St. Louis 8-yard line. Brady drops back to throw. Looks, fires right. Touchdown!
David Patton. Touchdown.
So Tom Brady throws his first ever Super Bowl touchdown pass, coming with 31 seconds to go in the half.
With a 14-3 lead heading into halftime, the Patriots were elated, while the Rams' egos were deflated. The St. Louis faithful still had hope. In the second half, the Rams began to find a rhythm.
Warner straight back to pass, going to unload. Caught. Marshall Faulk breaks a tackle inside the 10. There you go. And busts his way inside the New England 9-yard line on second and goal for the 2. Warner, quarterback sneaks, walks into the end zone. Touchdown Rams.
Touchdown, St. Louis.
The Rams' least likely runner cut the deficit to 17-10.
Try. Now we go get another one.
But St. Louis was still in a race against the clock.
And the Rams will have the football at their own 45-yard line with 1:51 to play. Down by 7. What a finish we have going on here. Warner takes the snap.
There he is. There he is.
Steps up, fires, crossing pattern, caught. Asa Hakeem trying to get out of bounds.
There you go.
Sideline and picks up some extra yards.
We played this game in our backyards when we were kids.
This is our game.
This is the type of game we done played all our lives.
Warner stands in, fires. Ricky Prohl wide open.
This is Prohl.
Inside the 10. Breaks the 10. Yeah. Touchdown, Ricky Prohl.
Touchdown.
What a play. Kurt Warner to Ricky Prohl. Well, I'll tell you what the Rams do. They play exciting Super Bowls.
Yes, they do. The Patriots had a 17-3 lead after 3 quarters. The Rams offense has come to life in the 4th quarter to tie it at 17-17.
Now it was the Patriots feeling all the pressure. Instead of playing for overtime, head coach Bill Belichick put the game in the hands of his young quarterback.
Direct snap to Brady. Over the middle it goes. Complete to J.R. Redmond to the 30-yard line. Stands in the pocket. Dumps it off to the left. Complete to J.R. Redmond. 30, 35, to the 40, and a first down. Stands in the pocket. Steps up. Fires down the field. Caught. Troy Brown at the 40. He's to the left of the 37-yard line and goes out of bounds. Looks. Fires over the middle. Caught by Jermaine Wiggins down to the 30-yard line. And Adam Vinatieri will try to win it with a 47-yard field goal attempt. Set to go. Snap ball down. Kick up. Kick is on the way. And it is good. It's good. It's good. Adam Vinatieri moves a 48-yard field goal. The Patriots are Super Bowl champions.
In one of the biggest upsets in sports history, the Patriots provided a storybook ending to Super Bowl 36. In a game that symbolized patriotism, it seemed fitting that the winning team wore red, white, and blue.
World champion, baby!
The fans of New England have been waiting 42 years for this day. We are all Patriots, and tonight, the Patriots are world champions.
I can still remember the stadium, the way it looked, the way the field looked, the way it smelled. And they're really great memories for me. More than just the championship, it's actually talking about it all year and then doing it. Sports has become kind of jaded over the years, probably, the professionalism and the money and everything else. But nothing can take away that feeling. That's bigger than money and everything else. It really is.
It's really interesting when I talk to kids, I sometimes tell them that if you work really hard, that you may produce one moment in life. It's your moment. They can never take it away from you. To realize that you come out of the ball game and you're the MVP, everybody has put you on top as the key player, the key performance in the biggest game of that season. And it's yours. It's in your pocket, and you stick it in your coffin when it's all over.
I knew when I walked out on the field to warm up, this is big. I knew it was big. Real big, and that's when you get nervous and you go, man, I don't want to lose this game. I don't want to lose this game. I don't want to lose this game.
Don't let anybody ever tell you that just getting there is a wonderful thing. Getting there and winning is a great thing. Getting there and losing is as bad as never being there. It's worse.
It's kind of like finding out one day that you're an old maid and you had 4 chances to get married, and you never really took advantage of those chances, and now you're too old to enjoy what that would have meant.
There's just a tremendous emptiness, inside. From a head coach's standpoint, it's much worse than a player. you also have that hurt, but you also feel like you've let so many people down because it's your responsibility. You know, that was my responsibility. How could I go into a game of that magnitude and not have our football team better prepared, you know, than we were? And unfortunately, that's a part of life that we have to deal with, and a lot of us don't do a good job of dealing with it.
It's been said that there's a fine line between winning and losing, but there's no fine line between the euphoria of a win and the devastating blow of a loss in the biggest game of your life.
And at that time, you know, getting a World Championship Super Bowl ring meant more to me than any dollar amount or anything else involved with the game. That ring meant something to me.
Those rings, I tell the players, you can get all the money in the world, and I've had a few bucks over the years, but I have a wife that has a black belt in shopping, so I'll never see that money, but she'll never take the ring away from us.
I got that ring in my safe, man, and nobody can take it. It's mine. It's got my name on it. I broke things for it, bled for it, sacrificed for it.
It's why we do these things. I'm not naive enough to think that it represents anything substantial in the spectrum of things in this world. But in this particular industry, the National Football League, it does mark the pinnacle. And for a short time, those that get to enjoy that, I think, deserve a measure of credit. It is a precious thing.
If God would come down right now, Terry, what can I do for you? Send me and put me back in one Super Bowl and put me on the 1 foot line and give me 2 minutes to go and give me all 3 of my timeouts and give me my boys. And then let me hear my name over the loudspeaker. Let me hear the roar of the crowd. Bradshaw, Bradshaw. And let me have them booing on one side. Let me get in and call plays, see the eyes grow as I call these plays and talk to them. Let me feel the hair on my back crawl up. I mean, that's what the Super Bowl does to you. I mean, it's doing it right now to me. I mean, I could go out right now and play. I know I can play 2 minutes.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the greatest show in sports.
This afternoon, we're going to play the biggest football game in the history of Western civilization.
This NFL Films production has been brought to you by the National Football League. The NFL is online at www.nfl.com.